up? We're back on Spotify, the Stefs Rock Show. We have a super cool hot rocker chick, Magdalene. Thank you so much for coming by.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. So, is there any correlation with the Bible and the band name, or is that just random?
Yeah, so the band name is actually my real name, and my mom named me after Mary Magdalene because she was reading through that whenever she was like going through her pregnancy.
Oh, that's really cool. I just thought it was made up because it sounded cool. You've really got a legit name. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And September 6th, Tea Theater comes out. I know I read it's very personal to you. That's impactful of you to take a personal story and kind of be comfortable with putting it out there to the public. What made you decide to come forward with something you've struggled with and to kind of help other people?
Yeah, so it's about my story overcoming anorexia, and I had just seen online, especially more and more, just people not only struggling with eating disorders, but not really knowing how to get better. And it was a lot of people posting, hey, I'm just going through this. And there was no resolution to it. And I know when I was in the middle of everything, I just wish somebody who had gone through it before could give me some sort of advice or tell me what to do to get better, because it really does feel like you're kind of just stuck in this endless cycle and you're hoping for it to end, but it just never does. And so if somebody who had gone through the same exact thing, knew what I was going through, came and was like, hey, it is possible like to get better. You just have to keep fighting. I feel like that would have helped me so much more than just this skinny trend that is coming back. That was so like harmful to the early like Tumblr days and stuff. It's starting to come back on like TikTok, and it's just terrible to see the harm that that's doing, not just to young women, but young men as well. And it just being kind of thrown in our faces. And I wanted to put something out there that was the opposite and let people know that doesn't have to be the normal. Your value is not tied to your weight. It's not tied to a number on a scale or a number on a size tag. You are so much more than that. And,
I love
that's
that.
something that people aren't pushing as hard. And I wish they would.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. And to get that message out, there's so much pressure to look perfect, or, people on Ozempic now trying to be skinny. And it hasn't
Yeah.
even been detailedly looked into how bad it is for your health in the
Mm-hmm.
future. So, well, that's great. And I saw you got married recently. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did your husband help you kind of overcome things, or did you overcome challenges prior to meeting him?
So I've actually known him since 2017. He was in a band that took my very first band on tour. And we just met as kids and were friends for the super long time. And he was just my friend when I was going through this eating disorder. And he just came alongside me and was like, I kind of knew that he liked me, but I was like not allowed to date at that time. And so we were just friends. And it wasn't just like, I'm going to be your friend because I want to date you. He wanted to be my friend because he valued me and he wanted me to get better because he saw the potential I had as a person. And, but he wasn't like in a place where he wanted me to depend on him the whole time. Like he wanted me to be able to get through it on my own. And he's like, you are a strong person and you need to understand that you are able to do these things. You don't need me to be this person to walk alongside you. And he helped me kind of find my confidence in a lot of different things where it's like, oh, I can do this. Like, I didn't think I could do that.
It sounds like a match made in heaven. I just
Yeah, and
had
it's
because
great.
you're younger, right? You look pretty young, to get
Yeah, I'm
married.
23, but I do have a baby face. Like, I look pretty, I look like a child.
Yeah, but even 23, I just had a musician on, Ryan, a couple weeks ago, and he said there's a trend going on. He's the same age as you, with people getting married younger. Do you think that's the case too?
I do kind of see an influx of people getting married younger, and I love it because it gives people a chance to grow up with their partners. My
Yeah.
husband's parents, they got married when his mom was 19, and they've been married for like 24 years now, and they are awesome. They are like the best role models to ever have, and it's just I love it because you get to not just grow up with each other, but you kind of still have that like young friendship mindset too that you can just carry into your relationship, and it helps your relationship become so much like stronger because there are so many years of commitment before you even turn like 30. And it's just awesome to see that, and just see people like flourish and like learn how to become adults together. It's like, oh, I have somebody to do life with. That's awesome.
No, I think that's a great idea. I'm much happier in relationships, and to be able to not have a ton of baggage when you enter the relationship, there's less things to fight
Yeah.
about and like less issues.
Mhm.
Do you have a singer that inspired you or that you kind of look up to?
So there's a band called Stay Atlantic that I found whenever I was transitioning from my first band into this solo artist project type thing. And I was so scared to be a solo artist. I did not want to ever do that ever in my life. I just wanted to be a part of a band. And so to have something like completely on me was terrifying. I had to move away from my family, and my family was the band that I was in. And so it was just like a terrible time for me to try and figure all of this out. And when I found Stain Atlantic, they had just put out their Fear album, and that entire album like pushed me through that entire thing and like helped me have strength to just wake up and be like, okay, maybe I can write songs. Like maybe I can be a girl that's like super awesome and like hardcore in this scene, and like I can be a strong woman. I can do it on my own. Like I can do that. And so Bonnie from St. Atlantic, she really helped me kind of find my voice again and find my love for music again in a different way.
I think that's the coolest job ever to be a female vocalist in the rock world. I just think that's badass. Like, I love Maria Brink, I love Dorothy, I love Lizzie Hale. I just think
Mm-hmm.
you got to be a badass chick, and you're bringing it. I've watched your performances. You're there. So I'm excited to see where you go. Do you
Thank
have like
you.
a dream, speaking on that, moving forward, like where you would love the band and your music career to go?
Um, I have so many like big dreams that I don't know if they will ever be possible, but I love to just dream big, and hopefully like maybe I'll get somewhere near those dreams one day. I would love to do more world touring and traveling in different countries. And I've wanted to play in Japan for the longest time. And I would love to play some sort of show in Japan at one point in my life, and just be touring so much. I love touring, and we've done it for the past 2 years with like very little breaks, and I love that. And I just want to continue to expand bands that I tour with, and we kind of do the crossover thing where I play Christian shows, but I also play general market shows, and so I love that it gives me like even more shows to play. So
No, that's really cool. Christian
it's
rock
awesome.
bumps. Like, it's funny. I'll be listening to a band and be like, dang, this band is good. And then I find out like it's Christian rock and I didn't even know. So,
Yeah.
yeah, don't be fooled by the Christian rock title. There's some Christian bands that get
Some
down.
of them slap, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And Imagine Dragons, POD, they're like more sober and religious, and they
Mhm.
put on a great show. So I don't know when some people are like, oh, that's Christian rock and saying it in a negative light, then they haven't seen
Yeah.
them live because
Yeah.
they're kick ass. And so wait, is your husband in the band with you?
Yeah, he is my drummer now, and
Now how does that touring, like, is that hard because you don't get a break, or do you like not having a break?
it's kind of a little bit of both, and it's awesome because we are always with each other, and we both grew up touring, and so touring isn't any like thing different for us. But we were very long distance for our entire relationship, and we both were in different bands touring on different schedules. And then when we were home, I was in Florida and he was in Nashville, Tennessee, and so
Oh
like
my goodness.
we have like done enough time being away from each other. It's like, okay, yes, I want to be with you every second.
Yeah, I can't do long
So that's
distance.
awesome. Yeah,
That's
long distance
tough.
sucks.
Yeah. I'm too needy. I'm like, I need you here now, like, physically with me.
Yeah,
Um, and so okay, and the whole album comes out on the 6th, or just Teeth Eater comes out?
just Teeth Eater. We have an album that's completely done. We just have to have a few more songs mixed and mastered. So we're hoping that comes out soon, but we don't have a release date on the album yet.
Okay, maybe this fall or winter. I know there's a lot of new music coming out in November this year, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited about that.
Yeah.
Can we do fun random questions?
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to choose between Marilyn Manson or Rob Zombie to listen to, which one would you choose?
I don't know. Oh my goodness, it's such a hard one. I feel like maybe Rob Zombie.
Okay. I like them both. Would you rather watch a reality show or a scripted show?
I'm kind of a sucker for those reality shows, like the drama that happens.
Yeah. No, I know. I used to be like, I'm not going to admit it. And now I'll be on my podcast. Like, we're talking about Vanderpump Rules today or Love Is
Yeah.
Blind. I love them. Okay. Taco Bell or McDonald's?
Oh my goodness. Taco Bell every day of the week. I don't care what people say about it hurting their stomachs. It is my like passion.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt my stomach. Like, it's
No.
my goat, especially if I'm drinking. I want Taco Bell at the end of the night. Okay. What do you think's worse, snakes or spiders?
Uh, maybe spiders. I feel like I run into them more, and so I freak out about it more.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, oh, what is a guilty pleasure band of yours? So like a band, if we looked at you, we wouldn't guess that you enjoy.
um,
You
oh
have
my
on like a
goodness.
secret playlist somewhere. Is there like a pop artist that you're like, don't tell anyone, but I kind of like them?
Okay, so it used to be like I used to tell people like I like Shawn Mendes, and they were like, "Why do you like Shawn Mendes?" But now I feel like people were like, "Oh yeah, I like Shawn Mendes," and or like I love Sabrina Carpenter, but I feel like that's becoming so popular. Like it's like anybody can like Sabrina Carpenter now, but I
I
feel like
didn't
Shawn
know
Mendes used to
who
be a big
Sabrina
one.
Carpenter was. And then have you heard that McGlocky guy that mashes up songs together? He did a
Hmm.
Sabrina Carpenter mashup with Glassjaw, and I love Glassjaw, so it
Oh
was
my
funny.
goodness.
That's how I'm finding out new pop stars, I guess, are from like young TikTok kids because I don't know what's going on anymore. And then for a getaway, would you pick ocean or mountains?
I think I'd have to say ocean. Since like being from Florida, I've been away from the ocean for a few years now on tour, and I love being at the ocean.
Yeah, no, I vibe with you. Dude, well, thank you so much for stopping by Stuff's Rock Show podcast. If you have anything else you want to say about the band or the single coming out, you're more than welcome to.
Um, yeah, definitely go stream Tea Theater. It's comes out September 6th. We're super excited, and we're doing a big tour in October, November with a band called Seventh Day Slumber and a band called Disciple. So if that's coming to your area, we would love to have you out. We're going to be coming all the way to the West Coast, so we're super excited.
Cool.
So
Are
make
you
sure you
coming to
check out.
Sacramento? I got to come out and see you guys.
I need to check. I know there's a few
Okay.
California
I'll
dates,
check.
so I need to check. Yeah.
If you guys come to NorCal, I will come out. That'll be awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for having me.
Of course.